It had many different roles, but a lot of times he was just there to listen and help locals through this extremely difficult time.
And I think the people there were all in the fight and flight stage. They were in survival mode at that time. Now in the third month, realization is coming.
He says there's still thousands of people displaced months later.
There's still a small community of 7,000, between 2 to 5,000 homes that are on the lower side, where the fires hit not only commercial businesses but generational homes of, you could imagine, over 100 years of passed down from generation to generation.
But there's not many places for them to go.
5,500 available short-term rentals that go anywhere between 10 to 17,000 a month, which is not affordable for the locals.
So people stepped up. Local community members supported grassroots hubs, which provide resources for those impacted by the fires, giving out hygiene kits, clothes, toys, and more.
It was just impressive to get all that local farmer support, donating fresh papaya, fresh cabbage, lime, green beans, everything you could imagine.
Trying to help each other and move on, but also never forgetting what they lost.
Lahaina was the original capital of the Hawaiian Kingdom. So we lost all our identity, a lot of cultural artifacts from Native Hawaiian churches that were there since the kingdom began. You got houses there from the plantation days that had artifacts and memorabilia that can never be replaced.
He says tourists even stepped up to help, and that they need more people willing to travel there, not only to help, but vacation to try and help the island grow.
All right, thanks for staying on top of this story, Audrey. And you can donate and help out as Hawaii continues to recover through the Maui Relief Fund or the Hawaii Salvation Army. We'll have links to that on our website at wrdw.com. Now, 3 people are dead and 1 is hurt after a shooting broke out in Buckhead, Atlanta. Officers were called to the scene near a shopping district and apartment complex last night. They found 4 men shot with 3 pronounced dead at the scene. Officials say they think it could be drug-related.
What we know this far is it was some type of drug transaction that was taking place inside the apartment. While that transaction was going on, it escalated to gunfire, resulting in the exchange of gunfire and ultimately costing 3 individuals their lives.
The 4th man shot was taken to the hospital. There's no word on any suspect or any arrests yet. Now, University of Pennsylvania President Liz McGill resigned from her position this weekend. This comes after she and other university leaders appeared before Congress last week to discuss the recent rise of anti-Semitism on college campuses. Her testimony drew criticism as she was unable to say that calls on campus for the genocide for Jewish people would violate the school's conduct policy. At an event, Pennsylvania's governor gave praise to the students.
Students raised their voices, where students made sure they were heard in the halls of power at their university, and leadership was held accountable. The students did that.
The chairman of the university's board of trustees, Scott Bach, has resigned as well. Former President Donald Trump says he will not testify tomorrow in his civil fraud trial in New York City. He was expected to testify in his own defense after prosecutors questioned him last month. He said it on his Truth Social account and then attacked the case against him and the judge overseeing the trial. Closing arguments are set for the January 11th, and the case will continue on Tuesday with the defense's witnesses. Meanwhile, the Justice Department says Trump's election interference trial should proceed as scheduled, set to begin March 4th, 2024. Lawyers for Trump filed a motion last week to delay the start of the trial after a judge ruled he is not immune from prosecution. This case is set to be in Washington, D.C., led by special counsel Jack Smith. Now, after being delayed a week from rain that did not come, it was rain or shine today for the North Augusta Christmas parade. Streets were blocked off for the parade that families were waiting for after it was delayed an extra 30 minutes. The Grinch After his heart grew 10 sizes, was handing out candy canes, and Santa was out as well, while parade goers tossed candy into the crowd. Two people that went to the parade spoke about the event managing to go on.
I thought that we wouldn't be able to do it, but now that we did, I was a little bit more excited than usual.
Now, there are still holiday events left. The Christmas Trail, hosted by the Assembly at Augusta, is on the 15th and 16th, and the Holiday Market at the Marina. Details on both events are on our website, wrdw.com. Now, Augusta University hosted its Healthy Grandparents Program event today, aimed at helping grandparents take care of their grandkids. The university says the program began in 1999 to provide physical, emotional, and social support while increasing families' awareness about resources. One family spoke on what makes the Christmas time event so helpful.
We're here just to fellowship with a lot of the grandparents that we need. It's really like a community.
Exactly.
You know, we get to know other grandparents and hear their stories and, help us to, strengthen each other, to let us know we're not alone, in this. And it really, is important.
They were introduced to the program after their son was killed and credit the monthly meetings with being able to keep them aware of everything going on. Now, coming up, strong storms killed 6 people in Tennessee as a tornado touched down. More on the damage coming up next.
Rain is moving out and cooler temperatures are behind, so we'll see a cold start to our Monday morning. I'll have more details and your 7-day coming up.
Has a life schedule online at metsplumbing.com and welcome us to Augusta as we continue delivering top-notch solutions with exceptional customer service.
All right, a bit of a wet way to end the weekend, but what's it looking like as we start our work week, Emily?
We're going to do a full 180, Craig. I mean, we saw showers, moderate rainfall throughout the day today. Some places saw over 2.5 inches of rainfall. So again, yesterday I was like, 1 to 2 inches. Some spots locally could see a little bit more, and that's what we saw. But other spots, anywhere from 1/2 inch to maybe 1.5 inches. So again, a little bit all over the place there, but we're not quite done with the rainfall just yet for our more eastern counties. It's moving off really into the Atlantic, seeing those showers and thunderstorms there for us. Again, that's moving out of our area. So by the time you are getting up and getting ready for the day Monday, things are going to be dry for us. We'll cool off a good bit from what we're currently seeing. Again, right around 50, those upper 40s right now. We'll drop off into those middle 30s to start off our Monday. So again, today was pretty warm. Cooler air in the forecast. So tomorrow we're only going to reach those middle 50s. Same's going to be said for Tuesday. But once we get into Wednesday, might see 60, maybe 61 degrees on the map. But then we'll cool back down by Thursday and Friday, seeing those middle 50s for us. So again, a little bit of a roller coaster temperatures there. So tomorrow morning, definitely need to have the coat on, but some sunglasses. That's honestly my favorite combo, having a big jacket on, but still sunny outside. We're going to start off again in those 30s, warming up into the 50s around noon, and then we'll cool off quickly for the overnight hours because we're expecting clear skies, so that's going to help us really overnight cool off, and we can expect to see the 20s as early as Tuesday morning. But the good news is it's going to be mostly sunny throughout the start of our week, turning partly cloudy for the end there, but temperatures staying pretty stable. We're really not doing a big roller coaster there. We'll be roughly 5 degrees within each other for the highs this week. But once we get into next weekend, that's when things get a little tricky there. We could see an isolated shower or two. Now, the exact timing is going to have to be fine-tuned as we get closer to time. Because, again, the models are not necessarily agreeing, but they're all showing some sort of system moving through this weekend. So just kind of be aware of that. I'm just putting a bug in your ear. Again, it's 7 days away, so still have time to fine-tune it there. But overall, have a great week in store for us, at least a great start. I mean, by the end of the week, it's going to be partly cloudy. Can't complain too much about it. But tomorrow, Craig, is my day of the week, and that's a big deal for it being Monday.
Appreciate it, and thank you for checking in with the CSRA, Emily. Staying in the southeast, powerful storms killed at least 6 people and unleashed a trail of terror in central Tennessee. Tonight, crews are still digging out from the rubble after an outbreak of tornadoes flipped trucks, flattened homes, and toppled power lines. Tens of thousands of people are still without power. Manuel Borja-Juarez is in Nashville, Tennessee, with more.
There was little doubt as the intense storm blew through Middle Tennessee.
Oh my God!
That these incredibly large funnel clouds near the heart of Nashville
Oh my God.
would cause major damage.
I hope nobody was in those houses, guys. It was really bad.
This is the rubble left in its wake. Devastating, deadly, and widespread.
This morning we have a lot of families who are suffering. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of resources, and us coming together to get through this difficult time.
The damage is heaviest in Clarksville and in Hendersonville, where little is left of this antique mart. That's where Pam Miller and 5 customers, including Sheila Mays and Gwendolyn Murphy Gardner, rushed to the shelter below.
We got down to the basement just in time, within about less than 5 minutes. We shut the door and everything began to rip apart.
What was that like?
It was frightening.
Had you not gone down there, what do you think
We would
would
have
have
been, oh, we'd been under all this stuff.
You
No
would've been under all
doubt.
of this. Wow.
No
We
doubt.
made it! We made it! Hallelujah!
Tonight, those here are salvaging what they can, cleaning up, and taking stock.
Yeah, we need help. We need help. We made it.
How grateful are you right now that you and your
God
customers were okay?
was with us the whole time. No doubt in my mind.
Crews have been deployed to those hard-hit neighborhoods to try and restore power, but at last check, more than 20,000 customers are still without electricity, and temperatures are expected to dip below freezing overnight over there. Coming up in the box office, Beyonce was dethroned at theaters this week. Who took over the top spot? Coming up next.
To see if you're a winner. The Morning Mix Mug Club, enter to win today.
Trust meteorologist Chris Still for your first alert.
Already, end of the year means it's the beginning of award season, and Golden Globe nominations come out tomorrow. But the organizers have not found a host after multiple candidates have declined the role. Reports say Chris Rock, Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes have said no. The Globes are still trying to recover from 2021 when previous owners.
And tune in every Wednesday to see if you're a winner.
Mix to win a morning mix mug.
And tune in every Wednesday to see if you're a winner. The Morning Mix Mug Club, enter to win today.
Trust meteorologist Chris Still for your first alert.
Already, end of the year means it's the beginning of award season, and Golden Globe nominations come out tomorrow. But the organizers have not found a host after multiple candidates have declined the role. Reports say Chris Rock, Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes have said no. The Globes are still trying to recover from 2021 when previous owners, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, noted there were not many black members in the group. Now, Beyonce relinquished her box office crown this weekend, making way for a new #1 movie. David Daniel has early estimates on the top 5 films in theaters.
I just want their wishes to have a chance.
Wish held on to 5th place, adding $5.3 million. $6.2 million kept Trolls Band Together at number 4. Godzilla -1 held strong in 3rd place, taking in $8.3 million.
Lucy Gray won't survive a minute inside that arena.
The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, took 2nd place for the 2nd straight weekend, earning $9.4 million. It's at $136 million domestic.
What exactly are you?
The Boy and the Heron, the first film in 10 years from Japanese animation master Hayao Miyazaki, debuted #1 with $12.8 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, finished at number 6 with $5 million, a 77% drop from its opening weekend tally. Very dramatic finish there. A lot of foreign films. I love to see it. Now, moving things over, the Spanish National Police arrested a Venezuelan citizen concerning sports. 2 Evans athletes signed their letter of intent to play at the next level. Plus, the Gamecocks survived a nail biter to remain perfect. That's all new coming up next. As we head to break, here's a live look at Denver and your winning lotto numbers.
To you, let Butler do it. Butler Automotive, your dealer alternative since 1975.
Should have called the butler.
The First Alert Team, named best in Georgia.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group. On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
This is probably better news for the kids rather than the parents. We're at the halfway point through the school year. One by one, those acceptance letters are coming in the mail, probably more so email now. Seniors are deciding where to next. And for 2 Evans athletes, next is playing at the collegiate level. Both Levi Gregg and Jackson Clyde put pen to paper. Gregg has spent time over the last 4 years playing on the Georgia State Golf Association Junior Tour. He placed first back in June's tournament at Bartram Trail. He signed his letter of intent to play at Georgia Military. Next to him, Clyde signed with Wallace Community College for baseball. Clyde plays the infield, doubling both as a catcher and a pitcher. There's a first for everything. It was a first for South Carolina taking on the Utes at the home of the Connecticut Sun. The Gamecocks had a bit more valleys than peaks in this one. USC had a season-high 23 turnovers. That and the Utes' Alyssa Peely, a big reason behind it becoming a one-possession game in the third. We know the Gamecocks, but Wiley is a menace. She went 3 for 3 and capped off an 11-point show. The bench outscored the Utes 26-2. Pow Pow, Cardoso, and Kitts combined for 43, enough to lift the Gamecocks 78-69. That's their 9th straight win. On over to the NFL, it was really the NFC South decider. Honestly, you could have gone without watching quarters 1, 2, and 3. The fourth, with 6 to go, was a wild card game in Uno. Desmond Ritter breaks through the line. Falcons take the lead here at 25-22. Chances looked pretty good, but this team got back in what's been a bad habit. They're down 4 with 4 to go. No Christmas miracles this weekend, 29-25. And the last 3 losses against the Vikings, the Cardinals, and now the Bucks, the Falcons were within seconds of winning, only to be left on the other side. They've struggled to finish, which can be a team's Achilles heel this late in the season. The Falcons don't want it to be.
We've lost, we've won some games in the clutch. We lost, but this team has never has ever had their spirit broken. Certainly that won't happen. All you need is the evidence. And obviously we need to get on the other side of the win column. So that's not sitting here trying to celebrate losing a close game.
The Bucks now take over as the NFC South leaders. Drake London had a career high of 10 catches for 172 yards. Ritter had a career best 347 yards passing. I think a couple of weeks ago, I said things will get worse before they get better. I really hope better comes sooner rather than later. It was the 6th week where Bryce Young in a game with fewer than 200 yards passing. That only happened twice in his last season at Bama, and that's just because he exited the game early.
Well, looking at rainfall totals, as of right now, a little bit over an inch for spots in Aiken and Augusta. But once we hit tomorrow, we'll be able to round out those numbers there. But a cold start. I'll have one more look at your forecast coming up.
Life-changing.
An excellent weekend for football, in my opinion. First off, how about them Cowboys? And then my dad's alma mater, Army, won over Navy 17-9 in a game that came down to the final possession with a goal line stand. Fort Eisenhower, though, was hit by the Navy pranks as well leading up to yesterday's game. So I guess in vain, considering the Army kind of pulled away one of college football's oldest rivalries. Great stuff there.
Yeah, love the spirit of it. No harm, no foul, but hey, maybe they kind of jinxed themselves there. But anyways, want to take a look at some rainfall. We've been talking about rain all day today, but it's officially moving out. By the time you're headed out the door tomorrow, things are going to be dry, but a lot colder. We can expect to see lows overnight in the 30s. So again, definitely going to need to bundle up. You won't need it probably by the afternoon. We'll be in those 50s, but again, going to be a cold start to the day, but it's going to be dry for us. And again, we're going to see plenty of sunshine. So good news there, Craig.
Thanks for the heads up, Emily. And that's all the time we have this evening. I'm Craig Allison, but the morning show begins at 4:30. Good night. Take care.